Happy Monday. Happy Motivational Mishy Monday. Guys, after talking with my friend Tavi from Kayak last night about what she was ranting on her Instagram about social media, which she doesn't have her Instagram anymore, because of her rant and what she's been thinking about, and also talking to my friend Tori last week about relationships in social media, and then seeing my sister Juanita taking a break from social media this week, and then seeing a new friend Tia Bia, who's a head of Crown Full of Locks, talking about detoxing from her followers on Facebook. Guys, it's just everywhere, and I feel like I want to put my 2 cents in, and I also want to encourage you and challenge myself, and also, I guess, share some personal things with you guys about social media and just the struggle of it. Social media is a good thing. It can be a positive thing. It inspires people. It helps motivate some. It promotes a lot of people's work. Obviously, it promotes a lot of my work. Other creatives that I know and love, they promote their songs and their poems and everything, their photography on social media. But I feel like there's so many like underlying things with it, and things that we should ask ourselves, and really question like our motives. And I think that's the first thing I want to ask is, what's your motive when it comes to social media? Is it to inspire? Is it to promote your stuff? Or does it provide distraction? My friend Tavi, like really hit on this last night in her story, and she talked about how social media is a huge distraction for us. I mean, we're scrolling through it all the time. Like in like social settings, when things get awkward, we pull our phones out, scroll through something because maybe we're by ourselves, or maybe we don't want to finish a conversation, or whatever. Like, we scroll through social media, and sometimes it distracts us. It takes so much time. Like, you're thinking, okay, I'll just go on Instagram and scroll for like 5 minutes. Before you know it, half an hour has gone by, and you're like, what? And I feel like, I mean, it just distracts us from what we're supposed to be doing, be it our 9-to-5 jobs, be it our passion, like what we really should be doing. Like, instead of writing poems, I'm scrolling through Instagram being like, oh, I'm gonna get inspired, like what's encouraging me on Instagram, when really I'm just kind of wasting my time. I should just be writing, you know what I mean? And so it provides distraction. My friend Anna Shea and I talked about it this morning, and she talks about how Instagram and all that stuff provides procrastination for her in her schoolwork. Like, oh, instead of doing my homework, I'm gonna go scroll through Instagram instead. Like, it's a distraction. It's a procrastination tool, honestly. And instead of actually going out and living our lives, we're stuck just sitting there scrolling at and looking at other people's lives instead, and being like, wow, I wish I had that, or whatever. And so it not only provides a distraction, it provides a comparison game. Instead of enjoying the people and the circumstances in your own life, you're sitting there scrolling, and you're sitting there looking at other people's lives and thinking like, yo, like they look like they're having way more fun than I am. Like, why does my life not look like this? My friend Tavi talked last night about the American dream, and how the social media aspect has sold us the American dream, in a sense of like making us feel like we can all achieve the same goal, when in all reality, like, we all can't. And I agree with what she said. Like, it doesn't mean that you can't aspire to be the same level as Beyonce, and it doesn't mean that you can't aspire to have money like that. But in all reality, we're all called to different things, and we may not all be called to being millionaires and, you know, high talented performers and everything. Honestly, I've had to settle and just be at peace with the fact that I might be called to just do these videos every Monday and to encourage you. And maybe it's a small amount of people, but if at least one person is encouraged by what I have to say, you know, it's great. Sorry for all the coughing. Getting over allergies. But yeah, so I think we all have to really settle with the fact that we cannot compare our lives to other people's lives on social media, but it helps, you know, feed that in us. I feel like, truthfully and honestly, I'm gonna get all personal here, but I was talking to Tavy about it, and when I think about it, I feel like my self-esteem has been rocked, like real rocked by social media as of lately. I think in either blog posts or other things I've talked about, I've discussed how my self-esteem has really been lowered like lately. And the root of it, I feel like, is social media. And as much as I am on social media, you see me posting my pictures and changing my colors on Instagram and stuff. It's all fun for me. Like, I love that kind of thing. But then, like, sometimes I, like, follow certain things, or I follow, you know, certain girls because they got the same hair as me. Because I'm like, oh, hair routines, duh, like, this girl, whatever. But then, like, when I look, they all look the same. And they all look really pretty. They got their face all done. They got their eyebrows done, you know, they got lashes, and they got their makeup and their nails, and their bodies are all like this, like the Coke bottles. And I'm just like, oh, like, I don't look like that. Like, I'm not being represented. Like, yeah, my skin tone may be represented and my curl type, but like girls who are natural in the face, you know, they, like, I feel like I'm not being represented well. And so because I feel like I'm not being represented and I don't see myself a lot, like, I feel like there's something wrong with me. And so it made me feel like, you know, all those girls who are so gorgeous and pretty and stuff, like, they're being heard. Like, people are seeing them, they're liking their photos, and they're like, if they're doing encouraging stuff, like, people are listening to them and stuff. And I'm like, I'm literally doing the same thing as those girls, and the only difference is I don't look like them. So I guess the problem is me. Like, I guess because I don't look like those girls, I'm not being heard. And so it was getting really hard to scroll through social media sometimes without me being like, like, I want to look like that. Like, it's unfortunate because when I look at myself in the mirror, I don't look at myself and be like, yo, I'm like the ugliest person. Like, I know I'm beautiful. I know that, you know, I'm cute, you know, just itty bitty. I'm cute and, like, in my own way. But then it's unfortunate that social media has made me compare myself. And so, sometimes, you know, when we get to that point where we're comparing ourselves, our lives, our relationships, like, that's a whole nother motivational thing for that. Cause yeah, but I think there's some steps we can take in order for us to just back away from that, and to take a step back and to realize that our lives are just as important. They matter just as much. Our voices matter just as much. Our bodies and our faces, our representations of who we are, matter just as much as all those things that social media puts out for us. So some steps we can take is when we can detox. Like I said, a friend of mine was doing this. She was unfollowing a lot of people. She was going to restart her Facebook page entirely, but she wasn't sure it was going to delete some of her business stuff. So sometimes you just got to mute, block, and unfollow. And I've said this before, the things that we scroll past allow us to make judgments about ourselves and about the world and about other people in seconds. And so we have to just, like, be able to detox from all of that. I mean, I literally did this today. I, like, unfollowed a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, this stuff is just random. It's stuff that's making me feel, like, terrible about myself. So sometimes you have to do that, and sometimes you have to take a break. So, and that's leading me to basically my challenge for you, and it's a challenge for me, and I'm going to hold myself to it. And it's not even that long, you guys, like, but I'm challenging myself to go a week without social media, and that's not long. I've actually done a month off of Twitter because of some circumstances in the past or whatever. But because I do so much stuff on social media, and because I scroll through social media a lot, I feel like I myself need to take a break. And so I challenge you, if you're feeling like that, if you're feeling like your purpose and your calling is being questioned because of what you're seeing on social media, I challenge you to take the break with me. Or maybe you have to take it, like, later because of an event or whatever. I'm going to do it after my event this Saturday because I want to post stuff about it and whatnot. But yeah, that's my challenge. I've got less than 30 seconds. But yeah, that's my little rant about social media. I wish I had more than 10 minutes because I have so much to say, I feel like. But I hope this was able to like encourage you and just like let you know that you're not alone in the whole social media makes me feel like this. Comment underneath a butterfly if you're going to take the challenge. But other than that, I will see you not next week because I'm going to be off social media, but the week after that. And I love you guys so much.